Nowadays, if you want to start a fight with somebody, you just have to say 3 words, and that might kick it off. What are the 3 words? Black Lives Matter. It seems so innocent, and yet for many it's extremely controversial, especially perhaps within the Jewish community. People who claim, why should it say Black Lives Matter? Don't all lives matter? Or Black Lives Matter, the organization, is anti-Israel, we shouldn't be supporting them. Or there's anti-Semitism amongst blacks recently, amongst rock stars and ball players. And why do we have to be concerned about them? Well, you know why? Because you're Jewish. And the Torah tells us that all mankind is created in the image of God. And that includes blacks also. You'll tell me there's no systemic racism in the United States? I'm not going to get into that argument. I'm just going to quote to you from one black person who said, "There is nothing you can do to get past black skin. You'll never have the same contacts or opportunities. You'll never be seen as equal to whites." That's quite a statement. And who said it? Clarence Thomas, a Supreme Court justice. And if he feels that way, you can be sure that most every black person feels that way as well. And that is why it's important to remember a verse that we find in this week's Torah portion, a verse that is repeated in some way, shape, or form 36 times in the Torah, that we should love the stranger because we were strangers in the land of Egypt. According to Rabbi Soloveitchik, the whole Egyptian experience was to teach us sensitivity to others. We suffered. We know what it feels like. But you know, a 20th century biblical commentator, Nechama Leibowitz, saw this completely different. She said, you know why we are being told to remember that we were strangers in Egypt? Because oftentimes, when one has undergone such an experience, rather than developing compassion and sensitivity to others who find themselves in a similar situation, quite the contrary, we develop an attitude of, we suffered, but we survived. We picked ourselves up by our own bootstraps. Nobody helped us, so don't expect any help from us. No, no, no. Be careful. We're told to love the stranger because that's the opposite of what we may be tending to do. Black Lives Matter. Sure they do. All lives matter. Sure they do. And that's what matters. Shabbat Shalom.